Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.
Greetings. This is another topic of the Kosher Clinician that might be sensitive to some viewers. If you are sensitive to the topic at hand or the title provided in the show, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Viewer discretion is advised.
To deflect out of pain, anger, fear, and rejection. Watch until the end.
You can buy it by the bundle.
Is this human or is this synthetic?
No, this is synthetic.
Black people, we love our braids.
Would normally have braids in 24/7.
The way this came out to be slayed, baby.
But it's the style that we've all known to protect our hair, quietly putting us in danger.
2 times it's happened to me. Very nasty looking sores on the back of my neck.
Mega companies selling us synthetic hair you may find at the beauty supply.
All of them have some type of chemical at this point.
It has been tearing some of us up.
My scalp is pretty much burning.
So the Shade Room, we flew to New York.
So we've been here for about 2 hours.
Pressing the companies that make our hair products, but don't look
What's
like
your definition of good hair?
Some that looks relaxed and nice.
If your hair is relaxed, white people are relaxed. If your hair is nappy, they're not happy.
I was pregnant. I definitely prayed for a little girl to, put her into pageants. But I also prayed for good hair.
Just yesterday, my daughter came into the house and said, "Daddy, how come I don't have good hair?"
On the timeline, hair was a big topic. Nice hair, right? It doesn't mean a certain look. Right. Healthy hair is nice hair. Correct. Healthy hair, growing hair is good hair.
Meaning that if you are sensitive, religious, wear your feelings on your shoulders, you ain't ready for real talk, go ahead and leave the video now, come back for another one. But I'm finna hit something that's gonna be real sensitive to a lot of black women. Let me say this, and let me say this real quick. I was in a live this morning, and it was a big argument about black women and their hair. Anytime you bring up black women and their hair, you talk about a fight, you talking about a fuss, you got some shit going on, because black women do not know how to handle conversations when it comes to their hair. Sorry, my shirt is coming down. Let me tell you something. I went up to the panel and I told them, and I'm real and I don't cut it, and they call me militant, I don't care. You cannot tell me that you love your hair when you keep it covered. And a lot of the black women were saying that it is a beauty standard now to have your hair in a weave. Beauty standards by who? Who set the standards for y'all to look a certain way? Is that why all y'all look the same?
comes to us in its own time. Finders keepers, losers we.
Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues. Absent fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you. All a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to. Damn. Lovers, haters acting like vultures. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.
I leave that alone because I learned to realize.
We got about 6 folks in the house, guys. Hit the like button, hit the like button. I'm not going to be before you guys long. I'm a very busy man, and I try to get at least 2 shows a week. But being a professional and also running a private business takes a lot of time and energy. So if you guys like what I'm doing, hit the like button, share the stream, and we're going to get deep into this show. The topic of the show, guys, is this: why toxic crowns are destroying women. And I want to be real careful because, we live in a society now. Anything you say and do can be held under scrutiny. People don't listen to understand you. They only listen to respond. So I'm going to be very careful. I have women in my family. They're natural. My daughter is natural. My wife is all natural, long locks. My baby got natural hair. My daughter is somewhere in the middle with some of this stuff, but I'm trying to get her off this toxic hair. A woman's crown is her glory. A woman's crown also is her beauty. But I like what my friend Tisha said, because one could argue, this is what I ordered, and this is what one would argue or ask the question, do black women hate themselves because they continue to put weave and wigs in their head? Now, you can make your own decision, but I like natural women. I like the black women from the 70s. I like the black women from the 90s and the 80s. And listen, it's never been a time in human history where you see so many women with this processed hair in their head, and it's problematic. And imagine if the majority of black women live their lives to please their men and to make them happy, because most black men love natural women. I would argue that most black men love natural women. Imagine they would live their lives, and shout out to all the natural queens. Shout out to the natural queens that got natural crowns. But imagine if they lived their lives to please their men, and the $1 trillion industry that's going to Chinese people, imagine if that money could be placed back in the so-called faltering black community. Imagine that. You can't convince me that you can't feel comfortable without wearing synthetic hair in your head or wearing hair from some of these countries that are dedicated to idols and gods. That this does not only have a psychological control over you, psychological control, but also it could be some level of spiritual attachment. And I'm not going to get into that. I might do another show for that at some point. But I think some would argue that there's a percentage of women that hate themselves because they will not wear their natural hair. And if they really believed in black love and believe in black relationships, they will ask men, what do you want? What do you like? How do you like my hair? You got women in relationships where their weak husbands give them $1,000 for a hair installation. And all the money that's going into these Asian shops could be recycled back into the black community. And it's funny what this young lady said by the name of Tisha, because anytime you say anything that's counterintuitive to their feelings, then somehow you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy because her feelings matters more than logic, reason, and precision. $1 trillion is going to hair weaves, wigs, installations, and extensions. And shout out to Thomas Sotomayor. He called it a hair hat. And I've been talking to my daughter, my youngest, my middle daughter. And I told her, I said, listen, baby, you need to get your hair natural. Don't put that stuff in your head, because that stuff is laden with toxic chemicals and also poison. And you don't know what you're doing to your head when you put that stuff in your head. And the sad thing is this, guys, we have a legacy and we have a history of slavery. And that legacy and history of slavery has told some women that they don't have any worth and value. And sometimes, and I say sometimes, they have been captivated by Eurocentric beauty standards. It looks real weird when you see a dark-skinned woman with a long blonde wig or a weave on her head. It looks weird. And me personally, I don't like that junk. It's tacky to me. I think it looks stupid. I personally don't like it. And the conversation that we're going to have today, guys, shout out to Bashur. The conversation that we're going to have today, guys, is going to prove my point. And also it's going to prove my query. But imagine a world where the women listen to their husbands and strive to understand what men want in beauty standards, especially hair. And it's dangerous. Yeah, no doubt, right, Sourcey. It's highly dangerous because it can impact you long term with the chemicals. And so we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it. And guys, do me a favor, share this stream. And also, guys, support the channel. So we're going to get into it.
Meaning that if you are sensitive, religious, wear your feelings on your shoulders.
Now, listen, we've always said that, black women should be talking to black women. But here's a beautiful black woman with natural hair, and you wouldn't be shocked with the comments that they were saying towards this woman. I agree with this sister or this young lady. It's nothing like your own hair. And I do believe that some of it is a byproduct of self-hate. These chemicals are destroying the hair follicles of a lot of these women. The glue from these chemicals is destroying these women's head. And also this stuff, guys, is going into their bloodstream. It's going into their bloodstream. And then she said, imagine we took the same money and applied that money to black communities and black excellence. But we know that's not going to happen because many of them do not respect the men, and they don't believe in what the men say or want. And I think this statement proves my talking point. New global research shows that about 1/3 of Gen Z believe a wife should obey her husband, as a husband should have the final say in major decisions. Now, we understand that some women are single and they don't have husbands. We understand that. But if you want to get a good husband in the future, prudence would say you should ask the husband, what do you want? But we know that most are not going to do it. And the sad thing about all this, guys, these women are losing their hair. They're going bald-headed like me. Their hair follicles are gone. And it's a complete hot mess. It is a complete hot mess that this is what's happened to a lot of women, guys, that are addicted to weave, like some were addicted to perms that was causing a lot of harm to women. Dudley's in Greensboro here in North Carolina just went out of business. And so you got a lot of women there, guys, that got what's called traction alopecia. They have traction alopecia because they are addicted to weave. They are addicted to the glue. They are addicted to the allure. No other race or ethnic group of women in mass or in larger percentages. We know white women have extensions too, but not like black women. No other ethnic group. And you're right, but sure, the Crown Act has passed all around the country. We are more ostracized from wearing natural hair. It's illegal to do so. We were once, you're right, it's called the Crown Act. Yes, I love that. I love that. I love what you just said. That's an excellent point. It's ironic that it ties to what I'm talking about, because the crowns that women have on their heads now is highly toxic. So you got a lot of women say they want a real man, but their hair is not real. Many have traction alopecia. And most masculine men are not going to tolerate that. No man want a woman that got all that weave and that synthetic hair in her head, and it smells and it stinks, and you got glue. And when she take that stuff out of her head, she looks bald headed. And we understand if a woman is sick or she got cancer or something like that, but they don't have cancer. They just choose not to beautify themselves and keep themselves looking pretty. And they waste money because they don't value the opinions of their men, and they don't value the opinions of black men in general.
I ain't ready for real talk. Go ahead and leave the video now. Come back for another one. But I'm finna hit something that's going to be real sensitive to a lot of black women. Let me say this. And let me say this real quick. I was in a live this morning. And it was a big argument about black women and their hair. Anytime you bring up black women and their hair, you talking about a fight. You talking about a fuss. You got.
Oh, yeah. She's telling the truth. Because a black woman's self-esteem is closely tied to her hair. And I will argue that it's a psychopathology. Guys, hit the like button, share the stream, donate to the channel. There's only 6 people watching, guys. If the 7 that are watching would share the stream, then we'll get the stream out. If people are not going to support the stream, or at least share it, I'm not going to be here long. It takes a long time to put this stuff together. And so I need the people that are watching to share with like-minded women and men and show some love and support, because it takes a lot of time for this stuff. But this woman, Tisha, is not lying.
Got some shit going on, because black women do not know how to handle conversations when it comes to their hair. Sorry, my shirt is coming down. Let me tell you something. I went up to the panel and I told them, and I'm real and I don't cut it, and they call me militant. I don't care. You cannot tell me that you love your hair when you keep it covered. And a lot of the black women were saying that it is a beauty standard now to have your hair in a weave. Beauty standards by who? Who set the standards for y'all to look a certain way? Is that why all y'all look the same? And I said, I don't wear wigs no more. I don't wear weaves no more. I leave that alone because I learned to realize that no matter what type of hair you have, you cannot give me no fucking excuse. Oh, I got 4C hair. I'm busy. I work. I don't have time to do my hair.
And she's correct. If you're really serious about your hair, if you're serious about keeping money in that said black community, then you will prioritize. And remember, $1 trillion, $1 trillion, guys, dollars is going to Asian folks. Because at one time, black women loved creamy crack, and now they love this dusty, stinking weave. And that's all they put in their head, guys. It's weave, weave, weave. In the 90s, I mean, at least women had relaxers, yes, but at least, you know, even though it was processed, it was their natural hair. We understand women that are sick, women that are old, and women that have cancer. We understand those, but the majority are just lazy. And they don't have no identity outside of that weave in their head. They think they're pretty and gorgeous, but if you take that weave out, many got traction alopecia, some hairline has been receded, like mine, and they take off all that fake up and take that hair hat off their head. Shout out to Thomas Sotomayor. You have a shell of a woman. And that's a problem because when you have sisters like her giving black women game, you would be surprised at the comments and what the people said towards this woman. And what I'm learning, guys, most don't want any answers or solutions. They want to be the victims, they want to deflect, and they want to complain.
We must face the fact that 80% of black women are wearing those ugly wigs, making the Chinese $1 trillion industry because.
Shout out to my friend Bashur. She's a #1 sponsor of the stream. Shout out to that sister. She said not defending black women who constantly wear weaves and wigs, but the concept of color struckness and the notion of black man wanting a woman who's light, bright, and damn near white hasn't left their side. Well, yeah, that's some truth to it. That's some truth to what you're saying, Bashur. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. But I don't think that's the case as much as it used to be. Back in the 90s, you and I, Gen X, light-skinned boys were in. And black dudes used to wear the Jerry curls because they wanted to look like Al B. Short. You know what I'm talking about because you're from Gen X like me. But I don't think black men, I think most black men want black women with natural hair and that are pretty and they got nice complexion. I know I do. You know, I'm more attracted to black women. You know, I'm not saying they're not some attractive white women as well, but that's some truth to what you're saying. But what I would argue, Bashur, is this. This is what I would argue. When you got a new movement of black women going natural and black men consistently say they like natural women, there are many still double down on being dumb. And they put this wig, these weaves in their head and these wigs on their head, and they try to justify it. You're right. Light-skinned men were in the 90s, dark-skinned men were the thing in the 80s. Well, light-skinned men were in the 80s, right. And dark-skinned men were in the 90s. And you're correct. And there was a time where black men wanted to get their hair processed like white men, or they wanted to curl their hair like Al B. Shore or DeBarge or Twitch. Until the 90s came and Wesley Snipes, Tate Diggs, and all the other brothers came in style, Big Daddy Kane, and dark-skinned black men haven't given the crown back since. So there's definitely some truth to what you're saying. But I would argue in this generation now, it's just an excuse. Because I don't think black men are as color struck as many think they are. Are there some men that like the exotic look at a woman? Yes, nothing wrong with that if that's what they like. But these women are just lazy. Hold tight.
They
Thank you.
hate themselves.
And hold tight. And Bashur, she is the #1 sponsor of the stream. Shout out to that sister, as she is the #1 sponsor. Shout out to Sister Bashur of the stream.
They do not like how they look without that hair. And you can say all you want, well, I got hair under here. If you got hair under there, we never seen it. We look at 52 posts on your social media, and every last one of them you got on a
this weave is making a lot of women bald. There are websites, products, and YouTube videos that show black women how to care for their natural hair. Sadly, a lot of them think that it's tedious to do so. Yes, and that's what she's saying, for sure. She is saying exactly what you're saying. They're just too lazy to do it. But this stuff is killing black women. It's causing hormonal issues. It's causing traction alopecia and follicle disruption. It's causing their hair to fall out.
A different type of wig. And don't tell me that your wig is better than the next, because a wig is a wig. Well, white women wear wig, cream women wear wig, everybody wear wig, but ain't nobody wearing them the way y'all wearing them. Ain't nobody got them glued down to their forehead and greasy looking and Ashton looking like that, like black women. And I am a black woman. I'm not disgrading nobody, but y'all need to take that shit off. They have the system and all of this social media has manipulated you to believe that that is love. That is how everything's supposed to be, and that is not how it's supposed to be. Because women were being loved and women was beautiful way before they started putting in these wig industry.
And I agree with that. It goes back to the 60s when they say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. I agree with that. But when you got a generation of women that don't acquiesce to what men want, and as I said, men have told them not one time but several times, we don't like that mess in your head, and you don't listen, then the problem continues to precipitate over and over and over and over again. It becomes an ongoing problem and an ongoing dynamic. Especially when men have told you over and over and over again that we don't want this mess in your head. Don't put this crap in your head. But they continue to put the crap in their head. Yeah, Quiet Storm said, bottom line, they don't care. We can warn them as much as possible, and black men have warned them for decades. And you're 100% correct. And the sad thing is, they got mad at this woman, and they said that she was too harsh. Anytime you tell the truth, you are too harsh. The woman said clearly that she wasn't trying to be offensive. But if you don't tell the truth that's based on how they feel, you can tell the truth softly, you can tell it mid-grade, or you can tell it harshly. They still gonna get mad and not hear it. And that's when people keep talking about our women, the majority are not your women. They're not your women because they don't follow your leadership or admonition. So they're not your women. Yes, those weeds and those god-awful eyelashes, I totally agree.
And I don't know who cares to hear it. You can say, I'm going to wear my wig, I'm going to do what you want, but you continue. And don't you dare say that you still got confidence, because you do not have no confidence. Because you can't go outside without your hair on. Oh, well, y'all.
Yeah, it's a hair hat. It's a toxic crown. And like I said, guys, some of this stuff is tied to, occultism and temple worship. Women that put this stuff on their head, a lot of times, they act like they are goddesses. And some of this stuff is tied to deities in India, and it's tied to goddess worship. Shout out to my man Top Gun, not Top Gun, but also shout out to Quiet Storm, as he is the #1 sponsor. He's the #1 sponsor of the stream. My man Quiet Storm said that, hold tight, for the culture of kosher in his kingdom, the address is 777. Shout out to my man Quiet Storm. That's my little brother, man. Nothing but showing up but love. And man, it's a pleasure to see you, man. For that $50 holla. And Quiet Storm is the #1 sponsor of the stream. Him and Lady Bashir. Shout out to the Quiet Storm and Bashur, as they both are the #1 sponsors of the stream, guys. Don't let those dear people be the only one. The Quiet International Quiet Storm for the $50 holla. Shout out to him, as he's a #1 sponsor. And followed by Lady Bashur. And we're going to get deep into it, guys. Lady Bashur for the 20. And I really appreciate you, dear folks, showing love on today. We're going to get deep into this conversation. But what Tisha's saying is true. What she's saying is true. And many don't want to hear it.
Oh, got good hair. I ain't got good hair. You ain't got no good hair because you keep suppressing it with fake hair. Goodbye. I ain't trying to get triggered or nothing in this. But they don't want to face the reality. And it's kind of like a downplay for you to say that people don't have confidence and they wear wigs. But it is what it is. Because you can't come in your natural. And then they came at me and said, oh, well, you got lipstick on. Lipstick and hair, two different things.
And always deflecting. That's why I'm convinced, guys, there ain't going to never be any black community. Because when you have other women trying to give them input, you got women like, professional women trying to give their perspective. It goes in one ear and out of the other. They don't want to hear it. They get mad. $1 trillion going to Asians for synthetic hair, yucky hair, and hair that's destroying black women. But you can't tell them anything. Bashir said that I saw a hairdresser on TikTok who does roller sets. There's no creamy crack and it's all natural. Shout out to my man DW, man. Shout out to, that's my homeboy, man. Shout out to my man DW. Listen, guys, DW is my dog, man. That's my dog. Y'all gotta check out this brother's merch, man. Him and I, he be doing some nasty work, nasty merch. He's one of the top guys in the game, and he got some nasty merch, man. Grind hard, sleep less. G Hustle wear. Make sure y'all check out his clothing line. It's called Grind Hard, Sleep Less. It's called G Hustle wear. I'm gonna have that brother on my show again at some point. He's from the mud like me, and I'm gonna get him to make some of my products at some point in the future. But he's a talented guy. He's a talented brother, and go check out his merchandise at G Hustle wear. It's called Grind Hard, Sleep Less. He's one of the 252 All-Stars. And we got it straight from the mud, him and I both. So go check out his merch line, guys. If I could find the video, I would play it, but I can't. I don't know where it's at, man. So y'all go check out that brother's merch.
Thanks. Because I can pull my lipstick off. I challenge you to turn off your wig or pull your wig off. Goodbye.
Yeah, they can't turn that wig off. They cannot turn that wig off because yeah. Quiet Storm, y'all gonna get it, man. I gotta work on it, man. I've just been so busy, man. We need some kosher merch like Hoflation, Fire for Your Mind. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. Yeah. I'm gonna get to it, Quiet Storm. I'm gonna get my merch line popping at some point. I just got to get this weight off, man, and deal with some other things with my business. I've just been busy. Shout out to my man, the internet, Top Gun. Top Gun said, at the Kosher Clinician, salute, brother. I'm almost off of the plantation, and my biggest obstacle is someone of the community. You may proceed, but let me tell you something. I'm going to do something similar that you're going to do, Top Gun. I had a situation with my business, and the person that indicted me or trying to make me look bad was a black woman. So I don't get caught up in this mess talking about they are women. They're not our women, you know. I'm going to deal with a woman that support me as a black man. I'm not going to be loyal to a person just because their skin color is black. You will be a fool to do so.
Okay. I feel like falling in love.
All right, so let me drop this down. And this all started, guys, with Chris Rock years ago. It all started with Chris Rock.
The hair is not good. But it's black hair. I know. For black people. But black people don't wear that no more. So my nappy hair is not worth anything.
No. They don't want to look like, Africa like this.
Okay.
They want to look the style. You know, right now you're looking at all the magazine, all the style.
They want
what
to
kind of
be
style they
sexy.
have?
They want
sexy
this.
looking.
So this is sexy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nobody walks around with nappy.
How many of you guys think this hair obsession is tied to self-hatred? I want you to hit 1. If you think this hair obsession is tied to self-hatred, I need you guys to hit 1. Hit 1 if you think it's tied to self-hatred.
Hair no more.
No more. You see that? How many people they do it? No. You make sure the hair straight, look more natural.
If you think it's tied to self-hatred, guys, hit 1. Hit 1 if you think it's tied to self-hatred. Hit 1.
The hair is no good. But it's black hair. I know. For black people.
Hold tight.
No more. So my nappy hair is
all the style.
They
what
want
kind
to
of
be
style
sexy.
they
They want
have?
this.
All right, I'm trying to find this next clip. Hold on. All right, let's look at this one.
Is a woman's glory. And you share that glory with your family. And they get to see you braiding it, and they get to see you washing it, and it's a glory. But it is not a bad thing or a good thing. It's hair. If you have it on your head, it's good. If you have it burning through your toes, it probably isn't so good.
So what feeds this hair machine? How do we decide what good hair is? Well, at least for some.
And you know what? It's some of it is tied to, yeah, she's, I believe, some of it's both self-hatred and ostracization of non-black people as it relates to the texture of natural black hair. Yeah, I think it's both too. Yeah, I think it's both. Ostracization. Yeah, I think it's both too. I think it's both for sure as well. I totally agree with that.
People, that decision is made where all major black decisions are made. In Atlanta, at the Bronner Brothers Hair Show. That's right, the Bronner Brothers Hair Show. Twice a year for over 60 years, the Bronner Brothers have hosted this massive hair show with over 120,000 hair professionals in attendance. Over 28 major hotels booked exclusively, and over $60 million pumped in.
Top Gun says self-hatred, a strong mixture of inner rebellion. Yep, I can see that too. I can see that too, Top Gun. So there was a documentary, guys, by the Shade Room, and I got to be careful how I play this because I don't want to get any copyright strikes. And let's break this thing down. But before we break it down, let's look at the comments. Let's look at the comments that the women had towards towards this sister. I want y'all to look at the comments. Look at the comments that they had towards this woman. Now, this is not me saying anything. This is a woman saying something. And look at the comments. Let black women wear their hair however they want, however the way they feel looks good on them. Who cares what these haters think? Rock your hair the way you want, ladies. Anytime people try to give any wisdom or guidance, you got these immature, retrograde women that are rebelling. Another woman, she wouldn't listen to another woman. I understand what the woman is saying, and I agree with Real Talk with Tisha. And she said, we will not. Feeling good is making generations of bald head women. And she's correct. They say it's their hair. Yes, a lot of follicle damage. If they would cut out the wig for a year, they would be surprised at the growth. So where were the hair warriors when chemical relaxers were introduced to black women promoting straight hair? Well, we say it's all bad and wrong. I don't think women should put hair relaxers in their hair or wigs and weaves, because I think they're equally bad. This person said, I'm going to wear my wig. The lady got chemical. Must be a hairstylist hollering and screaming because they can't rip off those high fees. Can't tell them nothing, guys. Look at the comment. Let's go back and listen to what Tisha said.
Okay.
Let's go back and listen to what she said and then listen to the comments again.
This is a real post, meaning that if you are sensitive, religious, wear your feelings on your shoulders, you ain't ready for real talk, go ahead and leave the video now. Come back for another one. But I'm finna hit something that's going to be real sensitive to a lot of black women. Let me say this. And let me say this real quick. I was in a live this morning. And it was a big argument about black women and their hair. Anytime you bring up black women and their hair, you talk about a fight. You talking about a fuss. You got some shit going on because black women do not know how to handle conversations when it comes to their hair. Sorry, my shirt is coming down. Let me tell you something. I went up to the panel and I told them, and I'm real and I don't cut it, and they call me militant. I don't care.
Now, remember, she's militant, and we're going to get into this Shade Room show, but just because she was trying to warn black women of the dangers of putting weave in their head. And she's right. Many do have self-esteem issues, and they cannot function without this crap in their head.
Cannot tell me that you love your hair when you keep it covered. And a lot of the black women were saying that it is a beauty standard now to have your hair in a weave. Beauty standards by who?
Now look at what Melody Maven said. This woman is clearly not that bright. She said, no, sir, I didn't miss the mess. I'm totally ignoring it. A black woman trolling other black women about this. Woman is not trolling anybody. She's talking about the dangers of putting wigs in your head, and a hit dog will always holler. We do not hate ourselves. Or you do hate yourself. If the majority of the time you got a hairhead on your head, that means that you hate yourself. Why don't you wear your natural hair that God put on your head and stop making these Asians rich? And this is a black woman talking about it. Love being the victim. And now what this person is doing is blame shifting. She's talking about hair. She can take makeup off, but you can't take that weave off your head. This woman is naturally pretty.
Who set the standards for y'all to look a certain way? Is that why all y'all look the same? And I said, I don't wear wigs no more. I don't wear weaves no more. I leave it alone because I learned to realize that no matter what type of hair you have, you cannot give me no fucking excuse. Oh, I got 4C hair. I'm busy. I work. I don't have time to do my hair. We must face the fact that 80% of black women are wearing those ugly wigs, making the Chinese $1 trillion industry because they hate themselves. They do not like how they look without that hair. And you can say all you want, well, I got hair under here. If you got hair under there, we never seen it. We look at 52 posts on your social media, and every last one of them you got on a different type of wig. And don't tell me that your wig is better than the next, because a wig is a wig. Well, white women wear wig, cream women wear wig, everybody wear wig, but ain't nobody wearing them the way y'all wearing them. Yeah. Ain't nobody got them glued down to their forehead and greasy looking and ash and looking like that, like black women. And I am a black woman. I'm not disgrading nobody, but y'all need to take that shit off. They have the system and all this social media has.
Y'all forgive the language, man. I don't endorse the language, but this is for educational purposes only. But you know what? Maybe Andrew Caldwell. Maybe we need to bring up the spirit of Andrew Caldwell, because Andrew Caldwell said, we need to make Andrew Caldwell say, I don't like wigs no more. I've been delivered. Maybe we need to call Andrew Caldwell and say, instead of saying men's with a Z on the end, maybe we need Brother Andrew Caldwell to say, I don't like wigs no more.
Not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women.
Maybe we need to say he don't like wigs no more. I don't like wigs no more. I've been delivered. Because some of these women need to be delivered with a T on the end. Because they like wigs. I don't like wigs no more. But sure, yeah, you got, you say I thought my difference in my hair texture compared to other black girls was strange. No, you probably got some Native American blood or white blood in you, but sure, down in your bloodline somewhere. For me personally, I had a bit of an epiphany as a little girl. I noticed that most other black girls' hair was straight from a relaxer or straightening cream comb, whereas my roots were always wavy. Yeah, you probably got some European blood in your family, for sure. Probably got some white blood, or a combination of Native American and white blood in your bloodline.
Has manipulated you to believe that is love. That is how everything's supposed to be, and that is not how it's supposed to be. Because women were being loved and women was beautiful way before they started putting these wig industry in. And I don't know who cares to hear it. You can say, I'm gonna wear my wig, I'm gonna do what you want, but you continue, and don't you dare say that you still got confidence, because you do not have no confidence.
They don't have no confidence. She's right.
Because you can't go outside without your hair on.
Yeah, they can't go outside with that hair hat. Thomas Sotomayor called it a hair hat. I call it that Daughters of the Revolutionary wig, Daughters of the Revolution wig. I'm going to get a shirt and call it the Daughters of the Revolution wig. Or Daughters of the Rebellion, that wig on their head. Now, guys, look at what this person said. She said, okay, I'm sorry about that. I feel like your delivery was very harsh. Look at these weak people. Why do you have to tear down each other's down? So weak. Can't take any constructive criticism. The woman is telling the truth. We as black women have to learn to lift each other up. You never know what a person is battling or dealing with when they come across your videos. Wow. They're so sensitive, man. A bunch of snowflakes. Look at this person. Why dye your hair jet black? That's our woman's name. She said, who dyed my hair? These are my natural real nails. And this is my red lipstick. But the wig from China is why black women hair is thin, damaged, and going bald. And she's right. Some of these women look like Darth Vader. Some of these women guys look like Darth Vader. They look like Darth Vader when he was got burnt alive in Star Wars, man. When they take that helmet off their head, they look just like Darth Vader, man. Some of them. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Darth Vader. Oh my God. Hello, guys. Yeah, some of them look like when Darth Vader took that helmet off his head. This is how some of these women look. And only thing Tish is trying to do is trying to help them. But they're not, anytime you get black women criticism, you can't tell them nothing, man. They'll turn on their own women. They will turn on their own women. Shout out to the Revelated Spirit of Indifference for being a member for 19 months. Shout out to that brother. The Quiet Storm said that bald head scallywag ain't got no hair in the bag. Weaved up and gelled up, your hair is messed up. An excerpt from the book of Chicken Head written in 2000 by the poet Patrick Houston from Memphis, Tennessee. Wow. How many of y'all remember this, guys? By Anakin Skywalker. Hold on for a minute. Because you ain't going to tell them nothing, because your mama's black. How dare you tell them anything about their bald heads?
Oh, well, y'all got good hair. I ain't got good hair. You ain't got no good hair because you keep suppressing it with fake hair. Goodbye. I ain't trying to get triggered or nothing in this. But they don't want to face the reality. And it's kind of like a downplay for you to say that people don't have confidence and they wear wigs. But it is what it is. Because you can't come in your natural. And then they came at me and said, oh, well, you got lipstick on. Lipstick and hair, two different things.
Yeah, your blame shift.
Because I can pull my lipstick off. I challenge you to turn off your wig or pull your wig off. Goodbye.
This woman said, why are people so bothered about another person's hair choice? Make your hair choice. You can't tell them nothing, guys. Can't tell them nothing. You got to let them perish. Somebody said the amount of money they spend on wigs, a fraction of that money will be spent on your natural hair. It will grow out beautifully. Black men love that hair. It's been found that those wigs are causing cancer. Don't believe me, research it. We're going to get into that in a minute. In fact, they try to kill us any way they can. . Listen, most folks that wear wigs are not dealing with no alopecia. We know there's a percentage dealing with alopecia and cancer, but most are not. Always deflecting. Like somebody said, may a hit dog holler. Can't tell them nothing, guys. The majority of them are lost. They won't even listen to another woman. And this woman talks about men and women. She, she keeps it real on both sides. But anytime you tell the objective truth, folks say your delivery. I didn't have no problem with her delivery. She's just being passionate and honest. Just telling the truth, and some don't like it. But let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all Darth Vader real quick. Wow. Yes, he says nobody wants to run their hand through somebody's crunchy hair. Yeah, I totally agree. Let me show y'all something. Then we're gonna get into this video. How many of y'all remember Darth Vader, guys? How many of y'all remember Darth Vader? And he was bald head.
We have seen the famous looking scar that Anakin.
And that's what a lot of these women look like when they pull their wig off, man. They look bald head, just like Anakin Skywalker.
We have seen the famous looking scar that Anakin has on his head whenever he is unmasked by his son, and we have always wondered how he got this horrible scar. The answer lies within his fight on Mustafar when his scalp got burned. However, there are some spreading false theories out there.
We didn't necessarily need to know how Vader got that scar, but learning it came from Obi-Wan in a pivotal moment is incredibly satisfying.
What? It is clear that his scar was not produced in the fight with Obi-Wan, as we see that his old scar had been already healed. However, you can't control how many false theories pop out every day. We have seen.
All right, so let's get into the video real quick, and then we're going to end it. I'm going to play this thing slow because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Hold on. Let me find. All right, here we go.
What are you guys working on specifically? Those same companies at the center of a shocking consumer report that found you can buy it by the bundle.
Is this human or is this synthetic?
No, this is synthetic.
Black people, we love our braids.
Would normally have braids in 24/7.
The way this hair about to be slayed, baby.
But it's the stuff.
And that's. Can you imagine if men wore toupees? Can y'all imagine if men wore toupees? I like natural hair. I love natural women. That's what I love. I love a natural woman. Ain't not like a natural woman with natural hair. I don't like all that other mess. That's not a fan of. I don't like no wigs unless you got. I don't like wigs, a bunch of weave. I don't like none of it. I like natural hair.
Style that we've all known to protect our hair, quietly putting us in danger.
2 times it's happened to me. Very nasty looking sores on the back of my neck.
Mega companies selling.
And so you guys are seeing how Asians are getting rich off the backs of black women. And it's destroying them. It's destroying their hair. It's destroying the follicles. It's destroying the texture. And I will argue this destroying their self-esteem because many can't live without it.
A synthetic hair you may find at the beauty supply.
All of them have some type of chemical at this point.
It has been tearing some of us up.
My scalp is pretty much burning.
So the Shade Room, we flew to New York.
So we've been here for about 2 hours.
Pressing the companies that make our hair products, but don't look like us.
What are you guys working on specifically?
Those same companies at the center of a shock.
Remember, $1 trillion industry, guys. $1 trillion. $1 trillion industry. $1 trillion. $1 trillion.
Consumer report that found chemicals, benzene, acetone, lead, and synthetic braiding hair.
Gutted. I was gutted.
The dare to know what's in your hair. I'm Justin Carter, and this is a TSR Investigate special report. But before we get into it, roommates, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can find full and exclusive episodes of this show and more. We're here at Nadine's Braiding Shop in Bowie, Maryland. It's right outside of Baltimore, where they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in braid hair every single month. The secret sauce here is that they're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can get your hair done at 3 a.m., 7 a.m.
Remember, $1 trillion industry. Now imagine if we created products, even though a lot of them are going natural, where we invest in black women's hair and they wear their natural hair 100% all the time. Imagine that.
10 p.m. if you want. But what struck us at the Shade Room is a disturbing report from Consumer Reports that suggested that there's harmful chemicals and carcinogens in our synthetic braiding hair, the ones that could be making us sick. You have how many braiders?
We have over 500 right now.
It's Nadine Drico's $1 million business. You a millionaire?
I keep the answer to myself.
An immigrant from Cameroon. She moved here in 2009 for a better life, and she certainly achieved it. Her viral 24/7 hair braiding salon, Nadine's, it's quadrupled over the last 3 years. Braids are in and always.
And a lot of times, guys, that stuff can cause traction alopecia. I used to have guys, believe it or not, my hair was I had braids in my 30s. I had a woman from Cameroon braid my hair, and it caused traction alopecia to me, and so it left a bald spot, and so I've been, rocking the ball since.
Has been
medium boho braids.
This is French curl braids.
Have you ever had an issue with synthetic hair at all?
No, I've never had any reactions. No issues. It's always been something I most likely will go towards.
How much hair do you buy in a given month?
No, we purchase over $200,000 hair a month.
Marketing and operations director Brandy Smith, she took us to the back to see for ourselves.
So this is the French curl hair. French curl is becoming very popular.
Another popular one too. We're not seeing the ingredients. Nothing but hair. This is Bobby Boss.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Boss braid hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I believe that the synthetic hair has a spirit on it. When you put Body Boss, Diva, and some of this hair is coming from the shrines that they dedicate to the gods, I believe that it carries a very rebellious spirit, something somebody was talking about a few minutes ago. I strongly believe that. When you put ornaments on your head that have that's tied to temple worship and also tied to other issues as well, I believe some of this stuff is spiritual. Because see, like black women now are nowhere near as virtuous as they used to be in the past.
I was talking to Nadine about it. Mm-hmm. It says pre-stretched. It says, it's dyed, sleek finish, mm-hmm. easy to separate. But of course, it's perfect for knotless styles. But nowhere on here, it doesn't say the actual ingredients of it. And so, of course, you guys have been using this for a long time. But, as somebody that's in this industry, would you like to see more ingredients?
I would like to see it, not just for us, but like the clients. I feel like it assures them more. When you go into a grocery store, you like to read the ingredients on the food. I think we should have the same with hair.
Where do you go to find the hair? Do you go to a beauty supplier? Or do you go right to the source?
China.
China?
Yeah, they're going to China. Imagine the crap that's in China. Chinese making millions of dollars off black women hair. And you don't know what they're putting in those hair products. You don't know if they're putting pesticides or chemicals in that stuff. But many of them are wearing it anyway. Many are wearing it anyway. And Bashir is right. Asians are getting rich off us. And yet they show us little to no respect, and people, especially since we are the ones who afford them a nice lifestyle and their children's Ivy League education. I agree with you 100%. As for men, I have seen video of men getting toupees and man pieces installed. The existing hair was shaved and glued to the scalp. It's rare. Right. No, you're correct, but it's not something you see men do on average. It's extremely rare. You're right. The premise of what she is saying is that more than average, black women do this to their hair. It's more than average. The black men that do get hair toupees and glues is probably an anomaly. It's rare to non-existent. Not saying they don't happen, but it's rare.
I don't go, but I have supplies from China. I have supply from Senegal.
Are you concerned that the hair you're buying from China, even from Senegal,
Yes.
you're not 100% sure what's in it?
Well, I was really concerned.
Did you hear the report about how synthetic braiding hair is poisoning black women?
It was breaking consumer news in February.
This is what I have in my head now, and this is what's been causing me scalp burn.
Consumer Reports, they purchased 10 of the most popular synthetic hair braiding products and sent 2 samples of each to an independent lab. We're talking about brands we all know: Sensationel, Magic Fingers, Sassy Collection, Shake and Go. The list goes on.
I have to reach out to my suppliers, and they give me documents to confirm that their hair was safe. But then I have to use my own brain, and I said, why this now? Why? Is it somebody behind this trying to bring down black business or what?
So the Shade Room, we took a trip to Yonkers, New York. It's the Consumer Reports headquarters, and the results shocked everyone. All of the synthetic braiding hair that they tested positive for multiple carcinogens, 3 of them testing positive for benzene, which is...
So carcinogens are cancer-causing agents. That's what carcinogens are. It is cancer-causing agents.
known to cause acute myeloid leukemia. 9 out of 10 of them also testing positive for lead.
It is a huge problem. It's a tough choice to make.
Consumer Reports managing editor Ginger Cole says the report was a part of a months-long in-depth look into synthetic hair. Black women in their focus groups were sounding the alarm.
Someone mentioned braiding hair, and right away that got my attention, and I started doing research on it and found a really interesting report from a student. And she identified possible carcinogens that's used in the makeup of the actual hair, in the actual manufacturing of it. And so I kind of ran with it after that.
Dr. James Rogers, Director of Product Safety Testing and Research at Consumer Reports, he took it over from there and started the testing process.
We said, number one, we wanted to test products that were the top 10 sellers in black or brown colored products, right? But we also asked the women themselves, what are some of the products that you use with your hair and your children's hair? And so we took their list, we took the top seller list, we mushed that together, and we came up with the 10 products that are listed in the article.
Check this out. The amount of lead alone detected in these products was astronomically higher than the, quote, maximum allowable dose level. Darling Flexi Rod Curls Crochet, 585% above. Magic Fingers Pre-Stretch Braiding Hair, 603%. Sassy Collection 100% Caniculon Jumbo Braid Hair, 610% above.
There's no safe level of lead. And so we detect lead in food.
Now imagine women that got lead in their head, the damage that it's doing to them. And this could also cause what's called endocrine disruptors. It can wreak havoc on their nervous system and also their hormonal system.
We want that out of food. Well, should we say this about this product? We think we should consider that there should be no lead in artificial braiding hair.
It says this hair product has been created, some of the most recent invented fibers. It talks about fibers and tangle-free traits, but it really doesn't tell you exactly what is in it. Do you feel like that's a problem?
That is what we consider a regulatory black hole, because we believe that packaging should list all the ingredients that are in the product.
All of them have some type of chemical at this point.
We saw it up close when we stopped by Atlanta-based Zoette Beauty Supply. Charis McWhorter and Dana Hawkins, they're co-owners, and say, as a black-owned business, they often don't have a choice. The vendors, they're in control of everything, down to the products that are even available to sell. And if anything, they say their customers, they come in, and if they do have concerns, they'll strip the hair with apple cider vinegar. You had any customers come to you and say, hey, I need a certain brand, or this has happened to me in the past, what to do?
How many of the men that are listening, prefer women to use their natural hair? I want you to hit 1. I agree with you. I don't like when they say black and brown either. I don't like it either. Because black people are brown. People of African descent are brown. So I agree with that.
Yeah, so we actually have a ton of people that come in that are allergic to canaculon hair. So basically they would want a hair that's not made of those fibers. They may be made of a different synthetic fiber. So what they would do, they would basically pre-wash their braiding hair with an apple cider vinegar rinse, and that will solve a lot of people's problems with the chemicals in the actual hair that's used to make it. Not the actual fibers, but the chemicals.
Apple cider vinegar.
Stripping.
Stripping it.
Yes.
Is that a quick fix to get rid of benzene in hair?
We don't know. There's stripping with apple cider vinegar 2-to-1 with water diluted, not straight. There is stripping with hydrogen peroxide. I've talked to a woman about that. There is stripping by putting it in the washing machine and washing it before you use it. Another woman told me about that. We don't have any data yet that says that works. Any chemical that's in there has the potential to end up in the woman's body, in the child's body, when they wear these braids, sometimes 4 to 6 weeks and sometimes longer.
But with that, the findings of this consumer report, it came with scrutiny on social media.
This study is just really not that conclusive.
James. Well, of course they're going to say it's not conclusive because they don't want to lose that money. Everybody is saying they want their women to wear natural hair. Of course they're saying it's not inconclusive because they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose that money. But we know that China has been linked to pesticides and harmful chemicals and product as well. I remember one time I got something from China, and it was literally burning my hand. It was causing me my hand to be irritated and my skin to be irritated because they use toxic chemicals in a lot of those products, and plastics from China is cheap.
You only tested 2 samples per product, James. You did not perform any statistical analysis.
Young scientists and influencers criticizing consumer reports over the sample size. They only tested 10 products. Some also question if the amount of chemicals found in these products is significant enough to sound the alarm.
Again, this was a pilot study to see if there was a there. And now we found there was a there. And so we could do a much larger study.
Dr. Alicia Franklin, she's looking forward to it. What happened to you?
There have been 2 times in particular I've gotten braids and I've had breakouts on my neck.
She's an analytical chemist herself and has centered her own research around the beauty industry and its impact on our health. She showed me what it was like when she picked up the wrong braiding hair one time.
Cornrow braids that went just straight to the back. So a majority of the exposure to the braids was my neck. And honestly, I hate to say it, I kept the braids in. I needed to get my money's worth.
Look at that. Look at what they did to her neck, guys. Look at what it did to her neck.
She says she hasn't gotten them since, though.
If this is what's happening externally and we can see this as manifested on the outside of the skin, what's really happening in the body? Because a lot of times there are some diseases that you just can't see. Is this why Black folks are disproportionately affected by some of these very extreme diseases, particularly Black women? We have some of the highest mortality rates for most of the major cancers in this country.
Specifically breast cancer. Black women with a 40% higher mortality rate than white women in the United States.
If we already are exposed to a thing, do we then want to introduce a product that then exposes us to even more that can cause harm? I want my braids all the way to the ankles, but can my hair not have lead in it?
So TSR investigates. We went to the source to find out. Moonachie, New Jersey, headquarters of Sensational Hair and its parent company, Hair Zone Incorporated. If you do recall, Sensational.
And Dudley's, as I said earlier, guys, Dudley's hair products here in North Carolina just went out of business. And the creamy crack that Chris Rock talked about, and Dudley's was big time here in North Carolina, caused a lot of women to have brain cancer.
Products, they did have benzene and high levels of lead listed in this consumer report. But here's where it gets tricky. I didn't want a pre-written statement from them. I wanted to speak to somebody in charge, specifically an executive. So I did a quick search on LinkedIn. That man, it will be the Vice President, Louis Choi.
So we've been here for about 2 hours, and they say on their website they close at 6. So we're going to stake it out for 1 more hour.
Then I noticed in the first parking spot in the employee lot, a Cybertruck.
That is who I think I need to talk to, whoever is in the first parking spot. And it just happens to be a black-on-black Tesla Cybertruck.
Sure enough, as employees were leaving, I spotted somebody hop in that cyber truck. Hi there, how are you? I'm Justin. It was Louis Choi. I ran over, I introduced myself, told him that I was from the Shade Room, and we were working on an investigative story about Sensational and other brands.
I know that they sent some petitions your way, claiming that you should maybe put some ingredients or labels on your products.
Yeah, we have we're kind of working on it right now, so I can give you some updates.
He was pleasant. He asked for my information, asked if I was local, and that they're, quote, working on this.
What are you guys working on specifically?
I'll update you later. Are you around this week? Or?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out.
But that never happened. About 2 weeks later, his PR team wrote me saying that there's, quote, no availability for an interview at this time. They sent a statement instead, quote, at Sensational, we pride ourselves on producing the finest quality.
Well, of course, that's what they're going to say. And like Bashir was saying earlier, they don't value black people. Black people don't value themselves. They make these Asians rich, and they continue to go through a downward cycle because they continue to wear these toxic crowns. They continue to wear these toxic crowns. She's right. I do not think most black women would change. Yeah, I don't think so either, Quiet Faith. Their behavior, this information would not matter to them. I agree with you, Quiet Faith, until the mainstream media acknowledges this. And this probably still don't work. It's disheartening to know how black specialists are not listened to. Yes, I totally agree. Yeah. Dudley is out of North Carolina. I'll show it to you in a minute for sure. It's going out of business. I'll show it to you in a minute. Hold tight.
Hair products on the market. We're constantly evaluating our materials and processes with customer safety in mind. The claims and conclusions presented by the Consumer Report study are unfounded and misleading. Its study used a harsh and unusual testing methodology on hair braiding products that are clearly not intended for ingestion. We strongly disagree with the claims Consumer Reports makes about the potential risks to consumers that could arise from the safe and common use of our products. We unequivocally stand by the safety of Sensational products, and our company urges consumers to continue to confidently use Sensational products, end quote.
We've got 5,000 emails to Sensational's executive and still no response.
Attorney Alexandra Gross, senior policy.
And of course they're not going to have a response because they don't care. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Now up to $1 trillion. So of course they're not going to care.
Policy Council for Consumer Reports.
They stayed silent. So that's why we decided to turn up the pressure and show up to their headquarters in New Jersey to hand deliver this petition. They turned us away.
20,000 petition signatures demanding they remove benzene and other toxic chemicals from their braiding hair. The rest of those hair brands, too, mentioned they failed to respond to requests for comment publicly across the board, though Magic Fingers, they're the only other company that has sent some kind of response. Here's what they said, quote, Magic Fingers is proud of the trusted and top quality hair products we provide to our customers. Our customers know they can count on us for braids and extensions that meet their highest expectations for fashion and performance. The unusual testing methods employed by Consumer Reports do not fairly match the real world way that our
So of course they're going to deflect. Of course, they're not going to take accountability because they don't want to lose that money. It's a lot of money in hair care businesses, a lot of money.
Customers use our braiding hair, end quote.
Why don't you think the FDA has taken the necessary steps to ensure that these products are safe?
To be honest with you, I just think it's the fact that no one has asked them this question before.
It's why Gross and her team, they're working right now on the state and federal level, pushing for policy when it comes to manufacturing black hair products. In New York, it's the Beauty Justice Act that they're backing, which would ban dozens of toxic substances like lead and benzene. And on the federal level,
Congress back in 2022 expanded FDA's authority over cosmetics, but in our opinion, it did not go far enough. So when we reached out to them, they would not assert their authority over braiding hair. That's why we're working now to pass the Safer Beauty Bill package. It's a federal bill that would ban the most toxic chemicals, improve ingredient transparency, and protect people most at risk, like women of color and the salon workers I mentioned before.
Consumer Reports says that they were so blown away by the outcome and response of their study that they're going to be taking it a step further and widening their sample pool.
And that women of color is that liberal nonsense. They use that women of color nonsense to group other minorities in with people of African descent. And they basically use black people to push their own selfish agendas.
Also, they'll be testing for human hair in the future. They say right now, best practice, if you're noticing any changes in your hair, take it out immediately and throw it away. They also say report it to your healthcare provider or the FDA if you can. This is the TSR Investigate Special Report. I'm Justin Carter.
All right, let me show you guys something about Dudley's real fast. Yes, Dudley's has gone out of business, yes.
Greensboro is closing Dudley Cosmetology University. I know right where that is. It's closing its location.
And it's a strong possibility that Dudley's closed because of the synthetic hair business. It's a strong possibility.
On South Elm Street after serving its community for decades.
Our Giselle Thomas spoke with the face behind the legacy about how we got here and what's next.
One of our last customers.
Eunice Dudley says she's slowing things down after 54 years serving as the director of Dudley Cosmetology University on South Elm.
I'm going to move on and do something with my daughter Ursula in her business. I'm going to be working in the office and doing anything she needs me to do.
Dudley says the closing of the beauty school in Greensboro is bittersweet, and she's proud of its service in the community.
It's just a myriad of things. You can't just pick out just one. It's so many things our company has done. And it's not to boast to us. It's to help the individuals.
The doors closed for the beauty school on Friday. Dudley says the closure stems from the changes in the cosmetology business and parking changes downtown.
It costs to park down here in the lot. And a lot of my customers are older. And I'm one of those persons, I don't want to have to take out my phone and take a picture and pay with a credit card for parking. And I'm going to go to get a hairdo. I don't know if I'll be there 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours.
As Dudley reflects on her impact, she says sharing her skills with the next generation is just one of the many ways she loves on her community.
Yes, our very last student.
Recent graduate Mikkel Monique Davis says she holds Dudley's teachings close to her heart.
Energy and the things we've learned and the knowledge that we've gained, the love that we've shared, the spirit that we've captured here is definitely going to move on.
One chapter ends as the legacy continues.
And I'm moving on and happy about it. So people say, yes, we are ending a legacy of what's happening in Greensboro, but we still have our beauty school in Chicago that is going strong. And I have a niece that's in Washington, D.C.
In Greensboro, Giselle Thomas, WFMY News 2.
Today, Mrs. Dudley says that she's having an everything must go sale where salon owners can buy equipment used in the beauty school or those who want nostalgic black hair care items.
Do you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Goldman Sachs says that Elon Musk's new AI breakthrough could trigger an unprecedented market opportunity. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang says, what Elon and his team has achieved is singular. It's never been done before.
All right, I got another one I want to show you guys real quick about the chemicals. Let me read this super chat by Brother Gregory Scotland. He said that hold on. He said black women made it worse years by running into these black shops run by others rather than black women who had served them for decades. I totally agree. I totally agree. Bashir said another possible way is that these new hairstylists do not use the products because they tell their clients to wash their own hair. I've only seen Dudleys in hairdressers. Yes. Well, at least the business isn't totally defunct with the beauty school in Chicago. Yeah. Dudley started out in Greensboro, for sure. The last time I set foot in the Asian beauty store was a decade ago, and I only bought scarves. I don't feel right considering how they treat us and haven't been in one since. I don't blame you. Black people need to start boycotting these businesses and start their own businesses and stop making these Asians rich. I agree 100%. Let me see if I can find this other video. All right, so let's look at this one. This is the last one, guys. Then we're going to end it to the 12 that are watching. We're going to end it after this.
$1 billion industry.
TSR Investigates
Fair
went
use.
undercover last year.
What are you guys working on specifically?
After companies selling synthetic weave with chemicals that may be poisoning us.
People get sick. Kids come out with deformities.
But the human and plant-based hair you thought was safer
We found much more lead in human hair than any other product we tested.
is your bust down, busting your body down. The price millions of us may be paying for style.
And basically what they're saying, there's more toxicity in human hair than it is the other type of hair. That which that in itself is crazy. That in itself, guys, is crazy. Hold tight.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Last summer, TSR Investigates flew to New York, Consumer Reports, with news that 10 popular synthetic braiding hair products used for box braids, twists, and protective styles, they all came back positive for dangerous chemicals and heavy metals like lead. So they pushed it further. They purchased 30 bundles advertised as either 100% human or plant-based, even more synthetic hair. The results were shocking. What'd you get?
100% medium boho braids, waistless.
You remember Ashley Staten? We caught her at Nadine's 24-hour braid shop in Bowie, Maryland last year. She was excited to try these popular boho braids for the first time. What if I told you that there was a report out that said synthetic hair is dangerous? It has chemicals in it, it has carcinogens. We're talking about benzene. We're talking about lead.
Wow, I believe it because it's not real. It's not 100. It's not human hair. It's mixed with things to make it.
Human hair was always the go-to.
This video was created by AI. AI can replace you,
So she thought.
The way this hair about to be slayed, baby.
People will defer.
Shout out to my man, Revelator Spirit of Indifference for that $5, $10. I hope I write $10 super chat. Cash out. Thank you, Revelator, man. I appreciate it, brother. Pleasure to see Revelator. Revelator's been a member for 10 years. Nothing but love and respect, guys. We got a powerful show coming up next week. We're going to have a nice show. You guys going to love that one. So we're going to get ready for this one because the next one next week is going to be extremely good. But shout out to Revelator he donated the $10 super chat. Shout out to Revelator for the 10. Thank you, sir.
It's the money.
But the question, and I agree with you for sure, but the question is, will they listen when people are trying to give them warning? It's like they're waging war intentionally and unintentionally on Black women's health.
To human hair, assuming it's safer.
Yeah.
But we did not know that for sure because we did not test that.
Until now. Dr. James Rogers, the force behind Consumer Reports' study on braiding hair, he upped the ante. He and his team went to Amazon, Walmart, the beauty supply store, and grabbed human hair, synthetic hair, and popular plant-based synthetic products. What did you find?
Human hair had the highest amount of lead of any of these products that we've tested.
And to be clear, there is no safe level of lead in anything that we consume or come in contact with. 29 of the 30 products that they tested had lead, all of them containing carcinogens and VOCs, also known as volatile organic compounds, which have been known to cause cancer. Acetone and benzene are on the list. Cadmium is on the list too. That is a highly toxic heavy metal with strong links to lung, prostate, and kidney cancers.
When you go to some of the manufacturers, they will claim that, the level of lead is under regulatory amounts. But if it's not regulated, how can that be? I wouldn't trust them unless you can find some type of data or information that suggests that that is true.
And the truth is, hair manufacturers are not sharing their data. The law doesn't require it. Look at some of the bundles on the list of offenders. Indique, the Janet Collection, Main Concept, Outre, Sensationelle, Shake and Go, Yummy Extensions, Zuri.
Is there one specific product on that list that stood out to you that you would say, absolutely not? Run far away from it.
There was Y wigs, which was a human hair. I would say to my children, please choose something differently because I'm concerned about the amount of lead in the product.
Y-Wigs Water Wave Bulk Hair with the highest amount of lead of all products tested.
When you see the word safe or organic, do you have an issue with those words when they're being packaged, when they're being marketed this way?
I have a big issue, Justin, because as you mentioned, it's not regulated.
He brought up the popular Kaneculon hair.
I was speaking to someone about, well, where does it come from? And Kaneculon is a patented product. And my impression was there are only a few countries that actually make the main product, and then it's sold to other companies to do the processing, the coloring, whatever they're going to do to it. And so we know what the chemical makeup of this strand of hair is. What we don't know is how is it processed later on down the line. That's the same thing, actually, Justin, about the human hair, too. One may think the human hair is safer, but it, too, is processed once the women sell their hair to a broker. Then that hair can be exposed to all different types of chemicals to give it its characteristics of color or texture.
Dr. Rogers says there was one product that stood out for all the right reasons.
The Doso Beauty product, which had non-detects for all the heavy metals we tested for and wasn't too bad in VOCs, would be the product that I would feel comfortable recommending to my daughters.
Philly-based Doso Beauty, their hypoallergenic braiding hair.
Philly, but sure, are you familiar with this place?
Listed in the synthetic category. No lead, cadmium, or arsenic detected in their samples collected. The founder and CEO, Khadija Doso, on TikTok.
It's crazy to think that we were the only product that actually tested negative for all heavy metals.
Doso has their test reports posted online. Their manufacturer, based in China, testing for harmful chemicals and heavy metals regularly. Quote, it undergoes a proprietary cleansing process to ensure its hyperallergenic and non-toxic nature.
We still have more work to do, right? I want to make sure that our product is 100% safe, that there are no traces of any harmful chemicals at all whatsoever on our braiding hair, and that we're holding our manufacturer accountable.
And that is music to Dr. Alicia Franklin's ears. She's a research scientist at Silent Spring Institute, where they uncover links between women's health and the chemicals in our environment.
We don't know how these chemicals are being introduced into the products.
She has spent years looking into the chemicals in our hair products, but recently took a different approach with her new study that was published with the American Chemical Society. She went to the lab, handed over 43 popular hair extensions from online and local beauty supply stores, from human hair, banana fiber, silk, raw, virgin, where it was then tested for just about everything.
There are 900 plus chemicals that we were able to detect. Now, sadly, of the over 900 chemicals, it was only a portion, 169, that we could identify with confidence.
Just name a few that stuck out to you that were like, ooh, this is a red flag.
So to me, it was the phthalates and the organotin compounds that stood out to me. Some known to cause cancer, some known to be associated with reproductive harm, birth defects, and endocrine disruption. Phthalates stood out because we know that phthalates in particular have been shown to have cause adverse health outcomes at low concentration.
48 chemicals appeared on major hazard lists, including 12 that are on California's Prop 65 list, which are known to cause cancer, birth defects, or reproductive harm. The state of California requires these businesses to warn consumers on the labels about significant exposure to these.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it here, guys. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna play a little bit more of it. And then we're gonna end this stream real quick. But I just wanted to do this show, guys, because it's important.
Substances, compounds that we've already mentioned, like lead, arsenic, benzene, and phthalates, which are common in plastics and packaging.
So I'm saying I'm trying to get all these blood pressure drugs because I know it's not doing me any good. I need.
We actually found that in the virgin hair that it had some chemicals that we know are like plastic. So there's chlorine in the virgin hair and we didn't expect to see it because it is marketed as human hair, but it had a lot of chlorine in it, which made us believe that it's potentially some processing that puts a sort of plastic like material into it, just maybe for durability or whatever the case may be. Based on our research at Silent Spring, when a company is required to disclose that they have a Proposition 65 chemical in them, they change their total formula that they sell not only in California, but in the US, right? So they don't just make a product for one state, they make a product that is now their new product, and they distribute that across the United States. So we do believe that even if just the state of California were to regulate these, companies are going to change the formula for everyone.
The path forward is getting other states to follow suit.
You're not going to make one product for one state, right? You're going to have to reformulate. And then if you add on the labeling requirements, et cetera, the reporting and testing requirements, and then the liability, the key is to get this product under a cosmetic bill, because some states don't consider hair because it isn't directly on the skin, supposedly, or because it's not like a lotion that's absorbed through the skin, supposedly.
So let's stop it here, guys. What do y'all think about this, man? What do you guys think about these hair chemicals? And do you guys think that the majority of Black women will listen or learn? And also, guys, what did y'all think about the show? But thank you guys for tuning in. This was a good show. And shout out to all those that showed some love. From The Quiet Storm being the #1 sponsor to Bashua. Also showing love being the second #1 sponsor to Gregory Scotland. Shout out to everybody that showed some love. And guys, we're going to end it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I may come back on tomorrow. I don't know for sure yet. But I really appreciate you guys tapping in and having a conversation. So y'all be well. And I'm going to get off this soapbox, guys, and look at some basketball. So y'all take care. Be good.
Truth is the dirty little secret that causes Black women to deflect out of pain, anger, fear, and rejection. Watch until the end.
You buy it by the bundle. Is this human or is this synthetic?
No, this is synthetic.
Black people, we love our braids.
Would normally have braids in 24/7. The way this hair ought to be slayed, baby.
But it's the style that we've all known to protect our hair, quietly putting us in danger.
2 times it's happened to me. Very nasty looking sores on the back of my neck.
Mega companies selling us synthetic hair you may find at the beauty supply.
All of them have some type of chemical at this point.
It has been tearing some of us up.
My scalp is pretty much burning.
So the Shade Room, we flew to New York.
So we've been here for about 2 hours.
Pressing the companies that make our hair products, but don't look like
What's your definition of good hair?
Something that looks relaxed and nice.
If your hair is relaxed, white people are relaxed. Your hair is nappy, they're not happy.
I was pregnant. I definitely prayed for a little girl to, put her into pageants. But I also prayed for good hair.
Just yesterday, my daughter came into the house and said, Daddy, how come I don't have good hair?
On the timeline, hair was a big topic. Nice hair, right? It doesn't mean a certain look. Right. Healthy hair is nice hair. Correct. Healthy hair, growing hair is good hair.
Meaning that if you are sensitive, religious, wear your feelings on your shoulders, you ain't ready for real talk, go ahead and leave the video now, come back for another one. But I'm finna hit something that's gonna be real sensitive to a lot of Black women. Let me say this, and let me say this real quick. I was in a live this morning, and it was a big argument about Black women and their hair. Anytime you bring up Black women and their hair, you talk about a fight, you talk about a fuss, you got some shit going on, because Black women do not know how to handle conversations when it comes to their hair. Sorry, my shirt is coming down. Let me tell you something. I went up to the panel and I told them, and I'm real and I don't cut it, and they call me militant, I don't care. You cannot tell me that you love your hair when you keep it covered. And a lot of the Black women were saying that it is a beauty standard now to have your hair in a weave. Beauty standards by who? Who set the standards for y'all to look a certain way? Is that why all y'all look the same?
Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.